Hey, bright minds! Ever opened your fridge and thought, wait, does this really belong here? Well, I've good news for you today. We're talking about 15 common foods you should never refrigerate. Trust me, your fridge might be causing more harm than good to these tasty treats. Foods you should kick out of the cold? Let's get started. First up, tomatoes. Sure, you might think the fridge keeps them fresh, but it actually ruins their texture and flavor. Cold air makes tomatoes mealy and dull. Keep them on the counter. Next, we've got bananas. If you've ever put these in the fridge, you've probably noticed how quickly they turn brown. That's because bananas are tropical fruits. They just aren't made for the cold. Let them ripen at room temperature for maximum sweetness. Next comes, potatoes are another big no-no for the fridge. Cold temperatures turn the starch in potatoes into sugar, which makes them taste weird and too sweet. Instead, store them in a cool, dry place. Fourth is garlic. Really? In the fridge? Nope. It'll turn soft and sprout. Store garlic in a dry, dark spot at room temperature for punchy flavor. Once you break a clove off, you're good to store it for a few weeks. And speaking of kitchen staples, whole onions definitely don't belong in the fridge. The moisture makes them mushy and they'll start to mold. Instead, store them in a well-ventilated area like a basket or mesh bag. Next is bread. Bread in the fridge gets stale faster than you can say sandwich. If you want it to stay soft and fresh, keep your bread in a bread box or on the counter. Want to store it for longer? Freeze it instead. Now, let's talk about honey. Honey naturally preserves itself, so it doesn't need to be refrigerated. In fact, cold air can make it crystallize and become hard. Here's one for all you coffee lovers. Don't put your coffee beans in the fridge. The moisture messes with the rich oils in the beans, dulling their flavor. Keep your beans in an airtight container in a cool, dry place. Quick break, bright minds. If you're loving these kitchen hacks, don't forget to hit that subscribe. Let's keep going with the list. Ninth is basil, and most fresh herbs, like cilantro and mint, hate the fridge. Basil wilts and loses its flavor in the cold. Instead, keep it in a glass of water on your counter like a bouquet of flowers. Avocados are best left on the counter until they're ripe. Sticking them in the fridge too soon stops the ripening process, leaving you with a rock-hard avocado. Next is whole melons like watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew should be kept out of the fridge. When stored at room temperature, they retain their sweetness and antioxidants. After cutting, feel free to refrigerate the slices to keep them fresh. Next is olive oil. It solidifies in the fridge and becomes hard to use. Keep it in a cool, dark place like a cupboard. Another item that doesn't need chilling is hot sauce. Thanks to its vinegar content, it's naturally preserved. Storing it in the fridge can dull its flavor. Coming up is apples. Stored in the fridge can lose their crispness. To keep them crunchy and delicious, store them on the counter. But if you've got too many to eat quickly, the fridge can help extend their life for a bit. And finally, chocolate. Putting chocolate in the fridge can cause it to develop a white coating called sugar bloom. This happens when moisture affects the sugars. For that smooth, rich taste, store chocolate in a cool, dry place. So, bright minds, there you have it. These 15 foods are better off enjoying room temperature for optimal flavor and texture. Next time you're about to toss them in the fridge, think twice. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment me some more foods that are not to be refrigerated. I'll see you in the next video.